Hello. So I'm not sure what time you're going to be available, so I figured I would just take the time and do a recording for you. I am missing Sandalophon. It was one of the 12 forks. I think I might have let a client borrow it, so I can give you the demonstration of all of them except for that one. So it'll be the 11 of the 12 forks. But the first one, they all have numbers on them, 1 through 12. They don't have the frequency stamped, but apparently who came up with it was it was based on the Kabbalah and some sort of numerology breakdown. And when I first got the set, I didn't really know if I bought into it or not. But my friend Ryan, who's my business partner here at the center, one of his guides is Metatron. And I didn't tell him what fork set I got. I just activated it and said, I just want you to tell me what comes to your mind. And I activated it and put it close to his ear. And he, with his eyes closed, not even seeing the fork, what it was about, Metatron. And so he got it. So I don't know how she calculated it, but I give it credit. And if you can see behind me, I have lots of different forks, so there's no way he would have known, out of all the types of forks, what kind of fork it might be. But anyway, Metatron number one, and to activate them, you could do a couple different things. You could, I have these little activators. Oh, I thought I had an activator. There's like these little activators you can get. You can tap them like so. I like just taking you could either do a light knee tap, elbow tap in this case, and you can hear it. Or if you put a little pressure on your fingers and just pull it out rapidly, it's a good way to activate them. But let's see if I can give you the noise here. That's Metatron. Sandalphon is probably the shortest of the forks other than the Holy Host, but they all kind of go up and down. This is number 2, Raziel. Count the two together. When I do sessions with any set, I typically pick one fork, call it like the boss fork, the fork that is going to be integrating all of them. So typically, like in this case, I'll use Metatron for demonstrating it. But if you really wanted to incorporate the Holy Host, you could use that one with all of them. The next one is, I'll mispronounce it. So I'll just show it to you. Activate it. A little louder. Two together. Number 4, another one I won't be able to pronounce. And I find if you activate them first before lightly tapping them together, you get a much cleaner strike. They almost like bounce off each other like a trampoline. And I don't know if you've used forks or not before, but so if you haven't, when you tap them together, you want to hit right at the 90-degree mark. Let's see if I can get it for you. There you go. You can see I'm like barely touching it. If you hit them like this, I'm not going to do it on camera because it's an annoying sound, but something like that where you have much more surface area hitting, it's what I call killing the fork. So it'll be real clangy and nobody likes the sound. So if you just activate them like so, and then light tap, you get a real clean sound and really cool overtones because the magic isn't in the fundamental tone, it is in the overtones. The next 3 are much larger forks. This is Camiel, if I'm pronouncing it right. Number 5. And just to throw in a little bit of language you could use, in the tradition of shamanism I practice, you can say Iari, which means victory and praises, or Ahaya, which means attention whose spirit I'm about to call. And then the name of the spirit, so Iari Metatron, Hompui Hompui Hompui, which means bring your medicine here, or it could also translate to heal what the soul's already healed. But it's a great way. You're using the frequency to kind of attract, like attracts like, you're bringing in the entity, but you could also say the words to give it a little bit of direction of what it's doing or whatnot. This is Michael, number 6. Again, activate here by itself, together. Number 7, Haniel. The next one is Raphael, number 8. See, a little tap goes a long way. The number 9 is Gabriel, and then I'm missing 10, which would have been Sandalphon. And here's Gabriel. And together. This one back. 10's missing. I apologize there. Here's number 11. Together. Love that combination. And really now for the star of the show, because this single fork is my favorite fork. This is one of the few. I actually keep it in my backpack when I go around and go on hikes or wherever we're going with my mesa for ceremonies. This is my favorite fork. And I actually like activating it off of crystal. You can hear it nicely there. Holy Host, it's the combined frequency of all the archangels. And together with Metatron. All right. And again, those are all based on numerology, I believe, from the Kabbalah for the lady who came up with it. Now, the other one I think you mentioned was the Angel Tuner set. One thing to note with the Angel Tuner set, the one that's labeled 4096 hertz, that is the Crystal Tuner, so which is a separate fork that can be bought independently, and that's kind of like energetic sage. It's many, many octaves up if you're familiar with the solar harmonic spectrum, which was developed by Dr. John Boyu, author of Human Tuning. He based his whole set off the Schumann resonance, which at the time varied around 8 cycles per second. So you double 8 cycles per second to 16, 16 to 32, which I will show you. 16 to 32, which is the first of the standard osteophonic sets. Osteophonic just means to vibrate bone. So that's 32 cycles per second. You use this as a weighted fork on. Well, this one you kind of run the lymphatic system or meridians. You double the 32 to 64. That's the next osteophonic fork. You can use it with acupressure points, different things like that. The next one is 128, which I know you probably can't hear them. This one, a lot of people are split between liking Ohm, which is 136.1, which is this one. I'll let you, maybe you can hear the difference. That's 136.1. The difference is one is more based on the relationship of the Earth and the ionosphere. The other one, 136.1, is based on the Earth's orbit around the sun. You double, oops, sorry for the noise. You double 128, you get 256, which is the first one of the actual solar harmonic spectrum. You double that one, you get 512. And then there's the whole octave C through C, that's the solar harmonic set. You double 512, you get 1024. You double that, you get 2048. You double that, you come to the Crystal Tuner, 4096. So this is actually an extension. All that to tell you, it's an extension of the solar harmonic set. And then the next ones is the D and the E. So you have the very high C, you have the D and the E, which are the two angel tuners. And Dr. John Boyu would call this like Jacob's ladder. And basically it's just increasing the vibration of the person to the point where they are more able to connect with their angels, their guides, their spirits, people, light team, whatever you'd like to call it. and it's the combination that really does the magic. But the 496 can be used independently, just as energetic sage. If you ever watched the movie Ghostbusters, Dr. Venkman, he's playing the high note on the piano, saying they hate this, the high note on the piano, 4096. They were onto something, perhaps. But anyway, this is what they sound like together. And some people, when they hear this, they recognize it as those high-pitched tones they might hear that they might think is tinnitus, but it's really our guides just trying to get our attention. Maybe they have a message for us. And that's the Angel Tuner set. And if you wanted to add in, I've never tried this, but let's add in the Holy Host and combine those. I like it. Okay, I'm just seeing if there's anything else that I might want to touch on. The only other thing, let me grab a crystal real quick just to show you one thing. So this is a piece of smoky amethyst, just the first one I grabbed. I also have a Herkimer that would be great for this. But for the crystal tuner specifically, or the Holy Host, I love activating them off a crystal. So just wherever you have a nice edge of a crystal, or if you have like a rounded wand, those work nice too. But you're just lightly tapping it right on the angle. You got a really clean hit. And if you have like a congested chakra or energy center, depending on like in different like the Eastern traditions have chakras, the South American tradition have nawis. They're all different energy centers, but wherever you feel heaviness in the body, activating a crystal tuner, shoot it through the crystal, can help to break up that heaviness and kind of shift it, digest it into a lighter expression of the energy. So I think that is it. If you have questions, I'm going to send you the link to this video. If you have any questions, let me know, and we could still schedule a Zoom. I know I was free at 2. The day's kind of wide open, but I'm going to be doing having some walk-in appointments potentially, so I might not be as available as I thought. So I hope this was beneficial to you, and thank you so much.